Good evening. Let me welcome you once more to today's show, Face the Nation GH, Trending Issues and Rebuilding Ghana. Today today is your first day at all platform we encourage you say you share video now, you subscribe here. Any video be a baby on Sabeka. Basically, what makes us very unique from other platforms is we chase truth over falsehood or deceit. Once our motto is bring it old-fashioned journalism that was solely based on the truth. And now it means most media houses, either they are working for politicians or they are working for the corporation. Under Face the Nation GH, you're dividing into two. We have the world politics and we have the domestic politics or the local politics, where we focus on issues in Africa, especially in Ghana. Now, the first one I hear Face the Nation GH, which is trending issues and rebuilding Ghana. You're dividing into three. First, I introduce myself, then I welcome the community. That is the first segment. The second segment, we do the bulletin. Those are the major issues across Ghana. Then we give our take on it on a more objective platform, on a more objective note. Then the third segment, now you choose one topic, you discuss it. Previous weeks, you're talking much about the court proceedings because of the Supreme Court issue. If you're about parliamentary issues, now, and then say for the past 2 weeks, this is what is happening, not just on the social media, even in Ghana, mainstream media. Says I'm trying to be taky. Focus is actually being taken off from the current administration, and now it's about who succeed Akufo-Addo. And from the NDC side too, who also leads the party 2024. So today, under Rebuilding Ghana, you'll be focusing on political party, the chances of the various candidates, and who is likely to succeed or win the 2024 elections and succeed Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And on the NDC side, so share who will lead their party. Should it be John Dramani Mahama? And now say, a new face help the NDC as a political party. So this is what we are going to do. And one more thing, I know some issues are concerned. Today's journalism or podcasting or broadcasting, you don't necessarily have to sit for about an hour or two. You just go straight to the point. Because, not to go down. A lot of people even struggle with data. So I think we can't just go straight forward and just put it out. That's why I sometimes see very short videos. Moreover, on the platform, you have the channel, you have the promote good governance, and also embark on democratic practices and hold public officials accountable. And issues be borders on fundamental human rights, government be act be a conflict with the rights of the people, no the bar freely address yama. We are growing as a community. They be encourage you be as a or recommend family and friends. You've been following the mainstream media for a very long time. This is the time for you also to try us. Okay. If you we now NDC so has come out with 1 or 2 suspensions. We will also go into that. So quick. Young call into and then Rebuilding Ghana, as I stated earlier, I better talk about political parties. Now quick what actually is happening within the MPP fraternity and what is happening within the NDC fraternity. After bulletin, which is trending issues, then we talk about that. All right, welcome back. I'll say, lawyer Frank Davis and Amaliba in near fist fight in court. Very interesting. I'll say, and that's what we saw. There was a heated exchange which resulted in a near fist fight during a court appearance in Central Region earlier today. The two lawyers were in court in connection with the ongoing legal case filed by the MPP party challenging the eligibility of Member of Parliament for Asin North, Mr. James Jache Kwesen, who is represented in the case by Mr. Amaliba. You see? Have to do with the election petition, the parliamentary elections, and no issue no more talking about. I know say court system, Ghana court system, there sometimes it me get it to that level. Chairman Sabons reviews the reason behind heated exchange with Bagben. It got to a point where I heard Bagben was saying that Chairman Sabons, they were very good friends. I know say it happens. Then these issues, I know say I better talking about it. I went to prison because of NDC. Atubiga speaks after I said the suspension. NDC has officially suspended Atubiga. Koko and they were proud to suspension of Atubiga and also urging the suspension. These are the three gentlemen in NDC. Then Alote Jacob also they are suspended. Or nobody is being cutting out of the party. Precisely has been fired from the party. Then this story, let's do it. Say Safi be by Andra. Say you I predicted 2024 election. You'll be winning. I even said these are some of the reasons in German Crawford discredited some of these posters or some of these research think tanks. Because it's too early to predict the 2024 elections. So if you solely want to do it on methodology now, if it's not based on assumption, it's too early for that in the sense I mean, we need certain factors to reflect or manifest itself during the 4-year tenure of Akufo-Addo. And some way to me, I predicted the outcome of the election. But how can you just sit there? It's just a quarter of the government the first year was me determine the outcome of the elections. So, I mean, some of us disregard this, survey our research about, And this one is coming from Clement Park. I say cooked surveys will not stop Mohammed's victory in 2024. Then I saw this on social media. I'm not surprised I'm also seeing it on the mainstream media. I'll say, we don't need your consent. MPP supporters tell Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia after the disclaimer. Because also now posters be security said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia picture for 2024 on the MPP. And I'm saying, what about? I've taken to social media to express their disapproval of the disclaimer issued by the Vice President on the spread of his posters across the country. Bawumia coming out to say, no, only any mind or hand behind what was going on the social media or almost spread your Ghana. No. And then for MPP supporters, almost supported Bawumia, and they are saying, here, Dr. Bawumia, here ne Bawumia consent and some to me I really support Eddie Amanu. I know say Adi Babe create issue within the MPP. Emma some of party for me blaming the leadership of the party. But you see, because of today's social media and the practice of politics, it's very difficult for you to control this. So I report and I went into the support of the National Executive of MPP, National Executive Body of the MPP. Say no, I'm going to control this idea. But what I suggested is that party needs to come out with certain laid down guidelines, irrespective of the party in the constitution. Normal and guided the conduct of how that election is going to take place. Because campaign the way they are both sides. I mean, we will be on social media. By now, you should know that the wind is blowing. In as much as some school of thought holding on, say, it may affected the performance of this government. And if that happens, the greater goal is it's going to prevent whoever succeeds MPP from winning the election or breaking the tradition of the 8, okay? Because that's what they are saying. That's what Bawumia for Eka. This is what our Anchematisu supporters and so Eka. Now let's get into this. I don't know if you are brainless, Alote Jacob. Alote Jacob to Devils, then NDC. Anyway, I think Alote has said a lot. We'll get into the story. Throwback from Ras Mubarak in dreadlocks before becoming an MP. Okay. Anyway. So I had this story, I don't want to get into it. As a nation, having a lot of challenges. Security is a big issue in Ghana. Talking about armed robbery, cyber, modern day fraud. Okay, I don't even want to go into trade and intellectual property. There is some major issue. But traditional crime is so big, I want to be combating. This issue came about 2 weeks ago. I take it the front line of the country. I can't understand a nation. We always focus on things that are not so much of value than things that are of so much value. More, about 40% of your people almost need good drinking water. They are lacking electricity. Internet, the cost of internet is even a big issue because I deal with most of the viewers and the listeners. They struggle. Okay? When you know any priority for you people to address. Your roads are not safe. Look at the number of accidents, Accra to Kumasi. All these major issues more addressed here. So, kids getting themselves into school with these dreadlocks and this. What debate I deal with are more than 2 weeks in it. I also don't want to fall for it. It's okay. Okay, from the General Secretary of NDC, General Sedin Ketia, Osekwenyi who is currently before the NDC Disciplinary Committee, and also conducting interview, and making his statement, even though he has been suspended. But the detail is that the NDC, that's how they go about things. When almost suspended, almost refer to the disciplinary committee. They say that's what Kwenyi the issue. Echo. Another Alote Jacob. You know what? Not to be biased with reportage. Let me do this story about Alote. I say very stupid letter. Alote Jacob's reaction to the expulsion from NDC. Yes, me a copy of that letter. No, me read this some part. Be no aware. And the response was the already saw my in every party. Didn't you know? Statement say we make here hold the bill. It's been long overdue. While others are saying, say, looking at the charismatic nature of Alote Jacob, no, there's like a party, no, even though I think it's a party tolerating for too long, but the motive of going against the party, no, I'm saying very strong. That's why I think NDC for taking this stand against Alote Jacob. Imam jailed 10 years for defiling 12-year-old in a mosque. Very unfortunate. Right now it cuts across. All right, now back to the EC's office. 2020 polls. EC yet to settle over 100 million debt owed electoral officials. That's an internal issue. There's this story from NDC's Asafweche. Omeki comment be you see, I'm only reporting it. I don't see it to be authentic. I don't have any proof to what he was saying, but I'm only reporting it as some of the mainstream media have done. I see Abu Jinapo, Asenso left Jubilee House because they know Akufo-Addo failed. Ocean analysis in Ima, it was out of insecurity. These two former presidential staffers moving from Jubilee House because no one is another failure. Obelusu elections and no ability to be MPs. Anyway, maybe I see it as an advancement, but maybe that is also the school of thoughts. All right, in regards to that demonstration, a call is the NDC for flag bearer on bringing accountability in respect to the collated results in all the constituencies in Ghana, 275 and 16 regions. This is what the national chairman of the NDC says, Samuel Ofosu Ampofo. I say 2020 polls produce collated results, NDC members to leadership. I know, sir, the call of accountability here, there's nothing that should stop that. Because indeed, this party went to Supreme Court without, you went there to challenge arithmetic issue, okay, with figures, and you fail to give figures. Not to advise NDC illegally or illy, but the point is, how can you go to court? Assume you say you since the 13,500 and a declared results. You cannot go. You see, that's why I said, irrespective of how the trial went, I had my opinion that to me, the trial didn't go well as a civil trial. But the court's decision, I had no problem with the court. I think it was a perfect decision the Supreme Court justice came out with. A lot of people have had that disagreement with me, but that is my observation. Because judges now or justices now go. Once they've also been lawyers before. At one point, I'm release. Case never done anymore. I'm case because any trial be beginning there, definitely it must also have a way to end the trial. So when they saw Chikata's intention, say no, Chikata's strategy, one. Chikata really wants certain statements or affirmations from Yisi chair, no to even proving the case, That is why I'm say, or your application be a normal dino, review be a normal denial. The strategy, he went to court with one strategy, and it was so clear. Or more the strategy, therefore, I saw more block it avenue, no, just on dismiss the case, Look, in anything simple, man quality resource in power, you people could have simply come out with a figure. A bit contracted with what they use, it give you a decline and I don't know. Assuming 13,500, then you could simply go to court with 13,300 or 250. At that point, the burden will shift from NDC or the petitioner to the defendant, which is the first defendant, Yisino. Yisino will have to then step in. So contradiction both burden is shift from them, then it goes back to the Supreme Court justices. Likely, say Komeko could find an independent auditor. Okay? Now, what quality figures, a hono, sa inspection of documents, like a mo, Kamonya sa document. You guys did not do this. And it's a more personal move blaming the outcome of the court. I don't see anything wrong. Say NDC members demand accountability. I think they should give it to them. I heard some people saying there was a strategy coming from Dr. Baumia's camp, you see, and then almost throw things here and there. It is a way they are using to tell Excellency John Dramani Mahama say it's enough. Won't give you another way. Now a new candidate, Emma try. I also heard someone making this argument. I personally believe, the guy was saying there, Excellency John Dramani Mahama doesn't need NDC. But the NDC rather needs him more. Why? They do. What the candidate are proposed were hitting over 6 million plus votes. Okay? Now they are saying they won the election, even though they could not prove their case in court. That sympathy is even going to favor the man. Having a new candidate, Ibra, I try MPP candidate on best selected. So that point in the I think say that school of thought now I'll fall for. But so to me determines the factors now and ma omulusu abano was coming from their candidate. Yeah. Then party supporters have every right to call for new face. But I don't think that's what the issue is right now. Now let's get into this issue. Party members demand accountability. I personally believe it's in the right direction because they have to know indeed that the elections were rigged, so they will learn something from that, or they lost the elections, and it will help them to know their weakness, what actually made them lose that election. Say, Basadia, I think it was in the right direction. But some press conference, maybe Oman go through Omo hierarchy. Now, you share this story, so. You see, earlier on, that's what I was saying. Say Ghana and Ankasano. Almost security challenges that. Another kidnapping. I say a 4-year-old boy kidnapped at Nkoko. We now more talking about Rasta. And now there is this warning say likely say Ghana is going to face food shortage because of COVID-19. Kofu be brave, farmers be brave to me. I am back on planting in your man. I think the country should prepare itself. I say, I don't want to do this. I say, I'm number 3 in Ghana. What's your number? Speaker, majority leader, exchange words in parliament with Mr. Acheampong. From NPP side, trouble looms in Ashanti region again over the choice of MMDCs. This and it happens all the time. I hope the party ever find a way to correct that. From one of the greatest economists, Kwame Impianim, I said, don't let people feel marginalized in Ghana. Impianim to government. An economist, Kwame Impianim, has asked the government to address the development regarding the controversial history textbook or face the route of the people. On sa issue last week and so on. That's what Mr. Impianim advised the government. I know, say, you see, issues about discrimination, being gender, being sex, or color, precisely complexion, they are. So when you're a victim, that you won't see saying it yet. But you see, as a nation, you're building institutional tribalism and ethnocentrism for a very long time. But that's why I always agitate say, you hoping in a strong system. See, in a strong system, I bet correct this idea. You see, the system, you rather begin to fall on the system and you won't think about favoritism or nepotism. It will be there. So, even twins, superiority and inferiority amongst them, or that competition. But so, a strong system, a check is we are. Now, a country over 300 million crowd, yeah. I say, I come by this and us. Conduct investigations and the Akufo-Addo government if you are a man. See, women arrested for allegedly stealing 2-year-old boy at Mankasim. So our human trafficking way, it's been there for a very long time. See, in China, Ghana, yeah, address. This one, national security needs to pay much attention to Saudi Arabia. Otokono, MPP is heading for doom in 2024. The Deputy General Secretary for the National Democratic Congress, Otokono, is saying that what is happening in the MPP is very scary, especially for government that has been given another mandate to rule. And less than 3 months into mandate, they don't have their full complement of ministers and appointees, and they are thinking about who hold the next elections. It's one of those things. I think that the bulletin, we've done a lot. Yes, our story way. Health workers is telling the government that he's pushing them to embark on strike. That will not be good for the country. Looking at the current pandemic, so being Samsung strike build, I don't think it's in the right direction. Government committed to supporting activists of PIAC, according to Akufo-Addo. Appointment committee to vet Ken Ofori-Atta tomorrow. I believe he's back. GIJ students picket over directive to defer program over late fee. I didn't see raise controversy. I think so. I'm meeting and resolving this issue as soon as possible. Now, let's get into this issue. You see, these 3 gentlemen, okay? I mean, yeah, no quick, nothing call the rebuilding issue. These 3 gentlemen, Obi Bia, we observant Bia, so to me, how recently almost coming under their own political party. And may raise concern, say, looking at certain people that their own supporters believe that they were unfairly suspended or treated in MPP, precisely Sami Crab, Polafoko, Kwabena Acheampong, and over 230 constituency polling station and regional executive that was suspended when Akufo-Addo was bidding for the 2016 election. Okay, Sanko Fukurano. In as much as he be court, we all saw some of the outcome of the court ruling. Okay, now, ni case a wabonten say or contest who General Sidon Ketia with the intent to say Sidon Ketia man call no post and Banessa no lose abano, and after he started fighting the party. But you see, when an individual is fighting a political party, there is a danger. And to me, it's not easy, especially even if you have a genuine issues. Here is the case, and Nasama or Kano. One should any engineers will be because democratic process is there. It's a very competitive one. It's independent step aside our amount. And call no post then into go after the person. Situations like this, you don't even get the support of others. Now, young quality Jacob. I look at Jacob Mpodi, I don't get him so I'm contesting any position be I will take all of a sudden after party new election, NDC for elusive 2016 election. And I who says or blended across or independent candidate be, with that mouthpiece. And I said, no, can't, no, then he started going after new own party. So all our allergy issue be so bad central region that say Excellency John Dramani Mahama ignored or something. You see, so our story now no making the ground. I couldn't even get to what exactly this man was trying to put across. And I feel it got to a point in Africa that there was CNDC party in there. Okay, can't be another party is almost suspended. So, to be got here and the utterances. In the report, nobody buying in. Yes, that will go when you would. I say, at its meeting on January 20th, the is it FEC or EEC considered two separate petitions from two registered members of the NDC. Okay, what the party is trying to say is that some people almost petition about Kwekwenyidewu conduct. Until almost based on it, almost suspended Kwekwenyidewu. I know said this guy, I can't ask him too much. Then similar ones here, Alote Jacob. And they said that was the second suspension apart in the Ma or no party in meeting, The recent suspension was captured in press release from the party dated Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021, and signed by the General Secretary Sedun Ketia. Sedun Ketia invoked, okay, it was FEC, okay, on meeting on March 17th. Jacob was found guilty of misconduct and anti-party conduct pursuant to Article 48, Section 1B and 8B of the NDC Constitution. Okay, it further noted that the committee acting in compliance with Article 48(1) of the NDC Constitution has decided to expel him from the party with no recognition whatsoever as a party member. He was also directed to return any party properties. Mr. Alote Jacob has, however, reacted, calling the move a funny one, considering he had dismissed himself from the party way before this letter emerged. Okay, I listened to a Sedun Ketia today. I say, because that journalist asked a very interesting question. I say, Papa, Alote Jacob has a free party. Be a free party. Why is that for fire and any relevancy? But I think NDC wanted to make it official. It's a lot of the MJ on come who be. Now I am going to Stephen at to be guardian. Okay, that was on the 18th. Now party also Asia. I say, in a breach of your own promises, hence not reliable, but you are further denying the image of the party contrary to 47. Okay, on no invoke a different article based on the conduct and almost suspended because once after elections now started its accusations, or started to throw messages out. It's a almost peace with the buy. Okay, about the comment be post to you or Facebook. I think it says NDC party in some copies peace in the because it wasn't clear at all. Muscani and say it didn't come out too clear. Anyway, let's forget about this, guys. Now let's focus on this. Report to be a babontin, okay? I say Baumia ahead of Alan. Voters want Mahama replaced for 2024 survey. Meaning, and if you should go by this survey, NDC is likely to come out with a new candidate who is going to face Mahmoud Baumia. If the poll, but if the survey not credible, let me speak on condition, okay? Benefits and survey. Now, this is also coming from, let me see this entity or this institution. I say, according to the survey conducted by the European Public Policy Institute, EPPPI, 61% of eligible NDC voters opined that John Mahama should not run for a third time as the flag bearer of the party. That is NDC side. Let's get there. Look, during the bulletin, the mechanism be this is here party name no. Obia one. Amongst all Ghanaian politicians, Nipa Bakwa were dedicating a life to the public. John Dramani Mahama. Yes, from assemblyman, Arizia, Baba, Abetina Parliament, Abe Minister, Abe spokesperson on communication, on foreign affairs, Abe Vice President, Abe President, in Ulusi elections. you know, Osa ba back no ba this man who doesn't know him in Ghana. You know what that school of thought that was saying, say NDC rather needs this man more than they need him. I think it's important because now NDC coming out with a new candidate in SWA, what is likely to happen is that new candidate have to show some extreme charisma to challenge who leads MPP. And moreover, okay, who will be taking power. What happened during the 2020 elections? So it's not an easy thing. But say factors I am lose about after investigate conduct investigation on BBA why they lost the elections are. That's if we candidate in the what the food soldiers are saying, I think it's the right direction. But looking at this, how a report we see bad or anyway, this EPPP grant is my first time I'm hearing about them. So casting doubt about the credibility and the authenticity of this survey, I think one will have the opportunity to do that. Okay, now let's get into this. The survey conducted with the sample size of 1,258 eligible voters also revealed that the current Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mamadou Bawumia, has an upper hand over Alan Acheampong, Minister for Trade and Industry, as a successor or Akufo-Addo as MPP flag bearer ahead of 2024. Okay, the scope of the research. National representative sample. Data collected period from January 02 to June 02. Margin of error plus and minus 3%. Okay, CAP, phone interviews, representative, sample of age, gender, income level, urban and rural previous votes. Okay, the public institute, okay, the center is committed to informing policy and professional practice with sound evidence as such. It is involved in two main reasons of work: systematic review. Look, you see, I don't want to be the first person to say, it was just psychologically crafted. You don't see the relevance of this pool because not just it's not detailed, but I failure on so many grounds. I would test what the pool is. Aside from because I think it's a first body. First time I conducted pools in Ghana, that alone, but I can sit doubt on this. I must apologize to my viewers and listeners. And I mean, say a credible source, I don't waste time on this. But all the same, no. Let's see, MPP for issue near that one between Alan Acheampong, Dr. Bawumia, and other forces a bit joining. Look, any democratic processes. There shouldn't be any intimidation. I mean, vote by in the and Ghana for they've accepted it to be one of the essential elements of their democracy. I don't want to go there. I wish I could condemn it, but it wouldn't end anywhere. But what I can say right now is that, look, the most important thing, a post-conference or congress, it's a party in a bar, there will be strong internal cohesion for them to retain power. As you see, our motor abes or breaky 8, okay? That's how do you win there should not be any intimidation. Fine. Candidates need to be supporting me. That is okay. You may even have the sitting president supporting one. That is okay. But here's the case, says who could groom militants, who you see the national security, and intimidate one faction to pave way for the other. That will not bring unity. And this is the time, say MPP leadership, no more council of elders, they should be bold enough and come out with guidelines. Therefore, we are between approaching the 2024 election with any candidate NDC at the Beba. I mean, I'll just end it there. I know saying it deep so much into the time for the rebuilding Ghana. No? There was a lot that we're supposed to do on the world politics because there's so much going on there right now. But because of purposes of time, I have to rush quick to Boston. But let me just do something quick on world politics. Okay.